Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Welcome to Real Talk. Real Talk is brought to you via WIWA, which is Women Inspiring Women Association. You can find us on Facebook and also on Instagram. We are here in the community dealing with real issues. That's why we titled it Real Talk. But in so talking about Real Talk, it's geared towards growth. How can you grow in your everyday life? Whether it's spiritual, religious, business, we come to you from different platforms and we bring to you different people, leaders in our community. Today we are discussing the topic of mental health because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I found it very fitting that we should discuss it, especially right now in this pandemic. I have with me today Dr. Jason Pendergrass, who is a psychologist, and we will be talking to him about the different issues that we are facing right now in this pandemic and even before with mental health. Everyone, I say everyone, has a time in their life where they had some mental issue, whether it's depression, loss of a loved one. There are different ways. Self-esteem, those are all issues that are triggering mental health. How do you deal with it when you are faced with a situation is the outcome. Today, we will elaborate a little bit more. And so, we have with us Dr. Jason. Dr. Jason, how are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you?
Oh, very well, and I'm just so happy that we have the opportunity to be able to sit and chat.
I know, long time coming.
It's been a long time coming. It's been about a couple of years. I think it's almost, what, eight years?
Ooh, I feel like longer, but yeah.
So he's a friend and a colleague.
Yes.
And when we encountered, I said, you know what, there are many things we'll be doing together in the future. I didn't know it would be on these platforms.
Right.
Because when you have an insight of what is to come, sometimes the Lord does not list everything. You just know that there is something there.
Yes.
We met in a business field. I came to your business.
Yes.
And from there it took off, and you have been with me for my WIWA workshop at one point.
Yes.
And he's doing tremendously in this here community. We're talking today about mental health and mental awareness, and it's nothing better than to have a professional that's in the field, that's been dealing with people, have one-on-one coaching with people in the community, not only religious, non-Christians, everyone alike, because we all need some type of help. Sometimes family is not enough.
Right.
Okay, sometimes that best friend is not enough. We need to seek it. It doesn't say that there's something wrong with you to seek it. It says that you want to grow and you want to do better with your life. So I have Dr. Jason here today, and let's just tell us a little bit more about you.
Well, my name is Dr. Jason Anthony Prendergast. I'm a licensed clinical counselor here in the wonderful state of Florida. I'm the owner of my own private practice called Edify Counseling. And in addition, I serve on a few executive board of directors, the Bryce Gowdy Foundation and the Jamaican Men of Florida, and many more to come. But I'm extremely passionate about this mission that I'm on right now. I feel like this is the time right now, especially to empower people of color. I think we've been behind the 8 ball in the past as far as receiving these type of services, mostly because the resources just aren't available, and let's admit it, they're expensive. In some cases to get these type of services. So the fact that I'm seeing an increase in people of color, especially coming to seek professional services, is very uplifting. It gives me a lot of hope for the future. So I'm just willing to do my part. And I remember us talking about meeting up in the future and the past, and I didn't know you were a prophet at that time, but I guess you are. So thank you for speaking that into existence and believing that.
They say that I'm a prophet, but I don't see myself like the prophets that are out there. I just say it as I see it. And the best thing is the gift of discernment. Discerning is key. So because discerning is key, we must understand how to deal with people. Sometimes there are opportunities where you just have to be there to make that person day by smiling
Right.
or by just giving a word of encouragement.
Good.
And that's what we are here in this community for. So Dr. Jason, let's discuss mental health right now.
Yes.
Since May is Mental Health Awareness, let's talk a little bit about that.
Mental health is a daily battle.
We have to break the stigma. We got to erase the past feelings when it comes to mental health. Everybody at some point, as you referred to before, has experienced mental health. If you've ever lost somebody, you've experienced grief. If you ever had any kind of trauma happen to you or a family member, it has affected you. And a lot of cases where, me coming from an island background, we don't talk about things. We just kind of let them heal like a wound would. We don't address it. We don't care for it. But the mind is not like a regular wound when it's damaged. It needs to heal properly. It needs to have the right resources. And Pastor Linda said something very important. We look for outside sources to sometimes can help us to get through situations, family members and friends. But as the Word of God says, we can't always put our faith in man, and we have to always find a way internally to help ourselves. I don't believe we can put out the fires around us if we have one blazing within us. So I think that is the first focal point: is self-care, self-talk, self-love, and of course the love of the Lord has to be foundational. And I'm seeing a lot of people who don't have that foundational faith coming into sessions and finding that faith. So it's a very beautiful thing when you can lead somebody to a place of a better mental state, but also lead them to a better place, where they can grasp their faith and believe in something that's bigger than them.
Very good, very good. Nous a parlé sur santé mentale. Moi, ça, c'est moi qui parle sur santé mentale et nous connaissons un pile monde dehors qui souffre en pile. C'était pas dépression, c'est de maladie, ou perdu un monde. Il y a différentes façons que vous capable de gagner un problème mental. Même un monde, si vous ne remettez pas tout son problème mental qui est lié. Nous jouons un pile monde dehors qui tuer tête, qui a un pile problème. So, nous besoin toujours de aide. Il y a parfois, nous plutôt dit, nous mettons un bagage spirituel sur lui. Nous plutôt dit que monde n'a pas mauvais esprit. Et en pile temps, monde son problème mental qu'il gagne et nous capable aider lui. So moi-même moi avec docteur Jason Pendergrass Jodia, ils sont professionnels dans ça, ils capable aider yon monde, capable venir côté lui pour des conseils et les capable chita ensemble avec pour aider à développer problème mental que vous gagnez. C'est un bon ami qui est lié et ils sont professionnels dans ça l'affaire. Raison qui fait moi obligé de dire ça en créole parce que nous besoin pour nous capable vivre tout le monde dans la communauté haïtienne dans tout parce que il y a un peu de monde qui souffre et yo pas de monde pour yo parler ensemble avec yo pas de monde pour yo partager moi-même moi j'ai une plateforme WeWa pour monde capable chita pour capable parler une l'autre donc capable chita pour nous parler ça nous dit moins li pas sorti dehors nous gagnons règles professionnelles que nous devons travailler sur lui là où c'est un pasteur ou un docteur ou un avocat grand monde qui travaille avec ou focus sur monde ça monde nan dou là li pas pour dehors so yon docteur comme ça li là pour travailler avec ça dit là pas là pour sortir dehors li pas pour l'état li pas pour aucun monde c'est pour même seul. I was saying in Creole because that's my second language.
Thank you for translating.
Translating, and one of the key things that I presented there is just like a doctor, a lawyer, a pastor, anybody in a relation. When somebody comes to you with a situation, that stays with you. Professionally,
Yes.
that's supposed to stay.
Right.
So another thing that people are afraid of is they come to you and they tell you some deep secret, they think that you're going to sell them out to the police or you're going to sell them out to certain people. So we need to realize that people must feel comfortable when you are seeking help. You're coming for you as an individual,
Right.
and that person is the focus mainly on you. The only time we can really intervene is when you want to do self-harm. We have to find ways to help you
Right.
be able to cope
Right.
so that you don't harm yourself.
Yes, that confidentiality is huge, extremely huge in this profession. And I can understand why a lot of people are apprehensive when it comes to that because they've been burned before. They've
Yes.
gone to family, they've
Yes.
gone to people, mentors and others, and then unfortunately it's been thrown back in their faces. So that is something that professionals, as a professional, we ultimately believe in and endorse is confidentiality. And as Pastor Linda said, there are instances where that will not hold up. If you're going to harm yourself or harm someone else, that's different. But you can expect confidentiality be a big part of the counseling process. So if that's an issue, don't let it be an issue anymore.
Right. So, talking of mental health, nou gen moun nou wè mèm nan Facebook, nou wè moun kap touye tèt yo, moun ki jen moun, yon maman ki sot touye yon pitit li, parce te garçon te gen problem mental. So, kon ya yo oblige te arrêter maman sa affaire fèt la nan Pompano Beach. So, nou jwen tout kalite bagay sa yo. So speaking of mental health, I'm seeing across Facebook and across media where you find, I saw a lady that jumped off a bridge in New York. I see a young lady that we read about because of social distancing and she couldn't get out. She committed suicide.
Right.
Then we deal with this young boy just happened in our backyard of mental health that had autism. And the whole story, I was thinking was somebody kidnapping, but I thought it was very weird for a child like that. No one in their right mind, especially a child like that, you would see somebody that was forcibly hurt them because you already see that they have a
They're already
problem.
suffering.
So they're already suffering, and most people are humane enough not to add more to that. But in the end, they had to arrest the mom. And these are also, so she was dealing with mental health by taking care of the child.
Right. Yes. We're seeing this across the board. Everywhere we're seeing these instances play out. And it's disturbing. And right now, I think we're going to see the most increase because the honeymoon phase of this quarantine is over. It's now getting into, crap, what do I do?
Right.
My job isn't open.
Yes.
Half of the world seems to be reopening, but I'm stuck at home.
Right.
So I see this unfortunately intensifying. When this first happened, my first thoughts were about the kids.
Right.
Honestly. School, a lot of kids right now are missing school.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
it's a different feeling, attitude towards school because it was the break that the parents needed, the kids needed, the interaction with the fellow students, interaction with the teachers.
Right.
It's becoming too overwhelming now. It's getting to a point where, you know, those interactions need to happen on some level because of the stress that's being caused.
Yeah, we need each other. We need to interact. And what I like about this season is because of the pandemic, a lot of families are spending more time with each other.
Right.
I was talking to a mother. She's able to make breakfast, lunch, and dinner, which they never had the opportunity to do. So they were always eating on the run. So there are good sides and then there are negative sides. So anything that is there's always a flip side to it. And it's how you deal with it in that situation. Some are learning, wow, I really couldn't stand my wife or husband. I can't believe, they're saying things there. And then, believe it or not, people are actually getting divorced now in this season. Why? Because they just realize, wow, this is who she was, or this is who he was. So that still deals with mental issue now, because people having a lot of stress, self-love, self-destruct.
Oh, wow.
Okay,
Yeah.
all that.
One thing I said prior going into this situation, this situation is not going to make people mentally ill. It's going to reveal their illness from before. These type of situations is considered a testing of faith to me. And as the word declares, it will produce patience.
Right.
But a lot of it really stems from our thoughts, what we are telling ourselves about situations. I did a Zoom the other day and we were talking about some of the effects of mental health. Well, I can't help but relate to the Bible.
Right.
Take every thought captive.
Yes.
Now, mindfulness happens to be the movement right now in mental health where a lot of professionals are really endorsing mindfulness because it's a daily practice. But basically, it's the same thing as taking every thought captive. Do not allow these negative thoughts to persist, to build energy, to go out there without you addressing them. If you're angry, where's my anger coming from? Talk to your emotions. Another thing that we have to do for people who may feel like you're dealing with any type of mental illness, the most important thing is to watch how you speak to your emotions. Meaning, if you're feeling depressed, don't say I am depressed. Say you're experiencing depressed. Put things as an experience.
Lia pale sou an pil moun nan mouman sa nou wè ke fami yo vin ansam. Gen moun ki pa jam gen tan pou madame, mari, etc. ansam. Padan moun sa vin fè se tan li ansam, sa vin fèt, moun nan vin realize, wow, bad realize madame nan te konsa ou maria te konsa, so angi, moun yo vini tèt ansam, yo gon division ate yo. Mem nou jwen ke moun ap divorce nan mouman sa. Men li fè nou konen nan mouman sa, so wè ki devlope ya, se pa yon bagay nouvo. Sa ki devlope ya vin mouto, yon bagay ki te deja la, li te an bak ouverti, an nou di, kon yo vin wè, vwe relasyon, vwe panse moun nan. So, si ou gen problem mental, pendant gen problem mental la, ou vin wè ke an nou adresel. Sou se yon moun ki gen orgueil, sou son moun ki toujou sou kont, ki kote problem nan soti, ki kote racine nan ye, ki sa ki la cause wap agi jan wap agi ya. Reflechi pou wè, pou kapab developer, pou kapab, comment on dit ça, pou kapab adrese problem nan.
One of the most important things I think we need to establish within clients who may be feeling some type of emotional distress is to be mindful of how we're addressing them to ourselves. Don't say things like, I have this, I have depression, I have anxiety. Instead, use terms like, I'm experiencing depression, I'm experiencing anxiety. You want to kind of normalize things in a way that comes and goes. And as we all know, experiences come and go. So just to be mindful of what you're saying and how you're addressing them is probably the most important thing. But also to understand there's no blueprint for everybody. Everybody's different. Everybody has different temperaments. And one thing that's different is our experiences. Nobody had the same parents. Nobody had the same experiences. So you really have to understand that, you know, some things may work for other people and not for some other people. But it's important to start the process. Talk to a counselor. Seek a pastor. If you find somebody is not able to help you, a lot of times it really comes down to the connection. There's some people that honestly just want to work with me because they feel comfortable talking to me. The therapeutic relationship is so important. So find a counselor that fits you. I'll be honest with you, I get a lot of people of color who basically say, you're the only black male I could find. I wanted a male, I wanted somebody of color. And not to disrespect any other races, it's just that you want to connect with what you feel comfortable. You want to have somebody who empathizes and understands, you know, your struggle, what you're going through, which I think is valid and fair. It actually helps the therapeutic process.
Okay. So, ça li di la, si ou senti ou ko gen depresyon, par exemple, pa di mwen gen depresyon, di mwen senti ke mwen gen depresyon, mwen senti ke mwen gen yon problem, mwen pa vwèman mette ke ou senti mwen gen yon problem mental. Di ke jem senti m la, m pa senti m bien, e m a bezwen aide la dan. Nou pa vwèman gen yon pil noa ki nan profesyon san sa. So, lò jwen yon moun ki nan profesyon ki noa ou ki yon haisyen ou yon moun ou senti ke ou pi a lez pou kapab adresil. Se sa ke li menm li jwen. Li jwen an pil moun la yo vin kotel, yo senti yo ka pli chita parle ansama avek li paske li se yon moun ki noa. So, lò jwen yon moun ki kapab, koman di sa, ki match ansama avek, ki kompwen nou, ou senti yo ka pi a lez parle avel. Li menm se yon gason, maybe se yon fi ki yo kapab jwen pou, ou senti pi à l'aise pour parler avec elle. So, mon ou senti pi à l'aise pour chita pour parler avec elle, c'est très important. Ça nous doit connaître, nous devons toujours chercher moment pour nous parler. Kembel en dan pa servi. Se parler pour retirer sous cœur et là fin parler ou senti à l'aise. Vous comprenez? Ou senti à l'aise parce que vous fin partager ça avec yon monde. OK? C'est pas tout le monde relé pour dire affaire. Mais gen yon monde ou capable jeune comme yon pasteur, ou capable jeune yon docteur, ou yon bon monde ou capable considérer comme yon monde qui yon mère ou père spirituel pour et puis il capable parler ensemble avec.
Now, you know, one of the questions that I get is hey doc, how do I do it? Where do I start? You know, I was raised, I was emotionally neglected, and that's something I'm seeing with a lot of adults today. I see a lot of adults that cannot maintain and sustain relationships, and when you kind of go back and you find out, you find out that in a lot of cases the disconnect came from their parents.
Right.
And one thing I understand is, as a parent, so you're out there fighting battles, you're out there waging wars for your survival and your families, and sometimes you come home, you don't have that emotional energy to pour. So although you're providing you the roof over the head, the food in the fridge, the clothes on the back, the most important part of the element is missing because of that emotional support.
Yes.
So a lot of us grow up, I won't say a lot of us because I did receive great emotional support, but unfortunately that's not the case for everybody.
So I can relate. I didn't.
It affects
Emotionally,
you.
I did not.
Right.
And that's one of the reasons why I wrote my book when I was talking about the things that I faced as a child. I didn't really heal until I was an adult.
Wow.
Okay, I didn't have the psychologist or somebody that I can talk to. I didn't have a pastor that I could go and sit down to because he was one of the predators.
Oh,
You understand
okay.
me? So I was hurt emotionally. So I understand mental health. But for
Yes.
me, I always took it to church. I always took it to God.
To God,
Okay,
yes,
I
yes.
didn't realize what I was doing, and I was doing that internal healing. But there were times when I was low. There were times when I reacted based on what I was feeling.
Right.
And there's a lot of people out there that are doing things based on. Let's look at it. No one wake up every day to say, you know what, they're going to be a prostitute on the street. For one example,
Right.
some of that comes from being molested or raped.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so that's another case in mental because now this
Right.
person mentally feel like they are unfit.
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so like I say, behavior breeds behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so whatever action happened is causing a reaction. And what people doesn't realize, like you was talking about emotions, parents need to emotionally be there for their children. So Sally so di la, nou bezwen la pou ti moun yo, pa emosyon. Nou bezwen la pou yon lot. Oui, ou kapab bay manje, ou gen manje nan frigidaire, ou make sure ke li la kay li, men ou pa vweman chita avek ti moun nan pou gade problem mental li, pou adrese ki sa ke li menm la andire. Maria ou sinon madame nan. Oui, ou al travay, ou make sure gen manje, men sa pa sufi. Yo bezwen la nan yon sens emosyonel pou kapab ede fami la. Nou kapab bay yo manje, ou make sure yo rete nan bon kay, epi lo gade ti moun nan living develope yon bagay ki ou pat jam expect pou ki sa ke li te gon problem emosyonel. So, nou bezwen la pou emosyon, nou bezwen adresel. Mwen konen nan komunite haisyen, ou pa vreman jwen moun ki abdou ke yo remen, paske paran yo anpil fwa, an ki pou di ti moun nan li remen, bebi se le ti moun nan fon bagay ki bon. Ok, mwen men mwen gen eksperyans ke la vi jeunesse mwen pat bon, la vi lem tap grandia mwen te gen pil problem. So si de pat grâce bon Dieu, avec bon Dieu ki m'a servi, mwen te toujou al kote bon Dieu, mwen pat gen yon moun pou m de chita ansama avek li pou m dil, me ki sa map endire, me ki sa map soufri, mwen pat gen sa. So mwen te toujou la gem nan l'église, c'est ça qu'on toujou la vi m'jodia, toujou focus sur l'église. C'est pas sous peuple là, c'est pas sous building nan, c'est pas sous pasteur, mais relation ensemble avec bon Dieu. Si moi pas de guerre, moi pas table la jodia. So la parler sur affaire problème émotionnel yo. Yo gon côté que yo sorti. Ti moun nan kap agi jan la agi a, kon bagay ki la cause ça. Nous doit aller dans source là, dans racine problème nan.
That was amazing. I'm nodding my head like, yeah, I know what you're saying. But I do actually. You know, and just to parents, please, you are the first line of defense. You are your child's first experience with the emotional world they will encounter as an adult. We understand the stresses of being a parent, and especially right now. I mean, you know, it goes without saying, but if you know you are incapable of providing them that emotional support, and you know that there's nobody within the family structure that can do it, get them some help. Get them some type of mentor, some type of counselor. And please do not take, if your kid is seeing a counselor, do not take it as a personal attack. Do not feel like you're a failure. If anything, you are a winner. You are doing something progressive that is going to have a long-term impact on your child. If your child can develop ways to deal and cope with stress, ways to manage anxiety, ways to face depression, these are things that everybody will face eventually at some point. So, you know, you want to give them the tools to do the job and prepare them as much as possible. So please don't feel like a failure. If you're seeking counseling for your child, consider it something that is essential, especially in today's world with social media. I mean, rejection is everywhere. Kids can literally get on a computer and within seconds they can have an emotional response based off something they see, something that they want that they can't have, or something that somebody else has that they want. So just be mindful of that, and don't be afraid to get help. And if you need to speak to somebody, please feel free to call me or Pastor Linda.
Okay, so Sally dit là, ou même comme parents, ou même qui premier défense pour ti moun nan. Ok, so si ti moun nan gon problème, pas gen problème pour chercher un monde qui capable aider dans situation que li a. Pa di ke ou même comme parent ou pas faire job la bien. Pa gade le comme ça. So wè ti moun nan gon problème, cherche yon moun ki ka aider li, développer li. Cherche yon moun ki capable aider li dans situation ça. So where ou pas ka faire pour quoi ou essayer ou ou pas capable. Et bien cherche yon moun ki capable aider yon moun qui ou mette confiance dans lui-même parce que connaît ou pas ka faire tout le monde, mais choisir yon moun ou santé qui capable aider ou adresser yon problème que ti moun nan gen. Comme li so dit, ou capable joindre avec lui, m'a mette contact li en bas, ou capable joindre avec moi gen différentes ressources pour que ou capable aider ou joindre avec yon moun qui capable aider. Ça m'pa ka faire, gen l'autre moun qui ka faire. What I cannot do, there's somebody else that can. He is a resource. There are different resources out there. We can have you in contact with the different areas that you need in your life. We're talking about mental, okay? But there are different issues. Maybe you're facing something out of this that you need help with, okay? We are here for that, and what we cannot do is to transfer you and refer you to somebody else who can help you in your situation. Remember, mental health is real. People are really suffering. Check on somebody out there. Check your someone. Really on moun. Tiens tel mwen patando. Mandel kills jan liye. Especially dans moment ça. Nou toujou bezwen moun ki kapab la pou nou. Text them. Hey, how you doing? I did that on Facebook the other day and said, I'm just checking on you. And I got a lot of response. Most of the response that I got were inbox. Why? Because it was more personal. Okay, some just posted on there, hey, I'm good, but then they end up inboxing and it's private. Okay, what somebody says to you private, we just need to be there. Somebody just need a listening ear or a shoulder. Yes, we all have our problems, we all have something that we're dealing with, but when somebody reach out to you, that is considered. We must consider it, and if we cannot help, we'll find somebody that can. So doctor, any last remarks?
Of course. I would honestly tell a lot of people right now is to make sure you are in alignment. That is the word that keeps being brought up in my thought process as I'm speaking to clients. If you are a person of faith, your thoughts must align with that faith. Your faith must align with your beliefs, and your beliefs better align with your actions. There needs to be complete alignment. And I feel like a lot of people are falling out of alignment right now because their world is a little turned upside down.
Yes.
Alignment does not matter on the circumstances. It matters what you're doing on a daily basis to keep that alignment. When you think of a vehicle, you can put expensive rims and tires on the car, but the most important thing is to get that car aligned. It needs to be a process of alignment. If you're having thoughts that don't align with your faith, take them captive, explore them, discuss them. Don't just let them exist without really taking that moment. And once you do that, you'll find yourself, it happens on a natural basis. You don't have to go chase these thoughts. You're naturally going to process them to make sure you're in alignment. So focus on that word. There's no magic pill right now for what's going on. It's a daily process.
Yes.
And Pastor Linda will tell you, daily prayer, daily meditation, but most importantly, what you say about yourself, your affirmations, your self-talk.
Right.
I love myself. I'm success. I can do everything. It's so important to start off the day with the right intention. So that's one of my biggest secrets to my success is I intentionally direct my thoughts for the day. It's an amazing thing when you do that.
Amen. Ça veut dire créer un balance. Si c'est un monde qui est religieux, créer un balance pour la vie, créer un balance pour bagay yo capable venir en, comment on dit là, aliment. So tout bagay yo capable venir en place, ou capable bon machine, ou mettez tout bon taille sur li, ko machine nan bien, mais si machine n'a pas gen aliment, li pa ka courir bien. So nous besoin mettre tout bagay yo en balance, faire tout bagay venir ensemble et songer, affirmer tête ou. Di moi capable faire tout bagay avec bon Dieu. Moi remet tête moi remet la vie. Chaque jour que vous levez, dis bon Dieu merci pour la vie. Dis bon Dieu merci pour souffle que vous avez expiré et puis bon Dieu capable marcher ensemble avec vous. So c'est la vérité avec ça. N'a venir semaine prochaine avec un autre monde qui va parler avec la communauté haïtienne puis plus toujours sur affaire problème mental. So we will continue this segment. Today was just session 1. We'll come back next week with another segment with a spiritual leader in our community. Today we deal with a professional, with a doctor. Next week we'll have a spiritual leader that will continue to talk to you on mental health and what it is in our Christian community. So this was brought to you again today by WIWA, which is WIWA, Women Inspiring Women Association, and this is Real Talk with Pastor Leonard Joseph, and we have Dr. Jason. I just love this doctor. He's great. He's great for the community, especially young people. I know a lot of you might need the help, but your parents don't understand it. You understand English. I don't have to say it in Creole. He is here for you. If you need to reach me, come through me. I know there's a fee. There's a lot of things out there, but I'm sure there are things that we can do to come together. There's a middle ground that we can come together. If it's group sessions, you know, he does group sessions also. So different areas, okay? We are here for you. We want you to be better. We want you to shine. We want you to succeed. We want you to break generational cycles and all the things that are keeping you captive. Break it free.